Charles Herbert, Chuck Woolery, born March 16, 1941, is an American game show host, occasional actor and talk show host, and former musician. He has had long-running tenures hosting several different game shows. Woolery was the original host of Wheel of Fortune, 1975–81, the original incarnation of Love Connection, 1983–94, Scrabble, 1984–90, and during a brief revival in 1993, and Lingo on GSN from 2002 to 2007. Early life and family. Woolery was born in Ashland, Kentucky. After graduating from high school, he served 2 years in the U.S. Navy. Career. In 1963, Woolery worked as a wine consultant for Wasserstrom Wine and Import Company in Columbus, Ohio. He was also a sales representative for the Pillsbury Company. Music. In the early 1960s he sang and played the bass fiddle with a folk song trio called the Bordermen. He also sang in a duo called the Avant-Garde who were in the psychedelic pop genre. The other half of the duo was Elkin Bubba Fowler. They signed to Columbia Records and achieved a top 40 hit with Naturally Stoned in 1968, bringing the duo one-hit wonder status. During this time he worked as a truck driver to supplement his income. They released 3 singles. As a solo artist he released 5 records with Columbia. After 1970 he signed with RCA and released Forgive My Heart. In 1971, another single, Love Me, failed to make any impact. He then turned to acting. In the late 1970s, he returned to his singing career. Woolery charted on Hot Country Songs with Painted Lady and The Greatest Love Affair. Between 1977 and 1980, Woolery recorded for Warner Brothers Records and Epic Records as a solo artist, with 2 low-charting singles on Hot Country Songs. Woolery is mentioned in the Beastie Boys song, Hey Ladies. Acting and hosting. As an actor he has appeared with Stephen Boyd, Rosie Grier and Cheryl Ladd in the mid-1970s film Evil in the Deep. He appeared as himself in the 1989 film Cold Feet that starred Keith Carradine and Rip Torn. Woolery performed as Mr. Dingle on the children's television series Newsy Review in the early 1970s. During that time, he made his first game show appearance on an episode of Tattletales, alongside then-wife Joanne Flugg. Starting as a singer, Woolery appeared on an episode of Your Hit Parade. On January 6, 1975, he began hosting Wheel of Fortune at the suggestion of creator Merv Griffin, who had seen Woolery sing on The Tonight Show. Woolery hosted the show for 6 years. In 1981, he was involved in a salary dispute with the program's producers. He said in a 2007 interview that he demanded a raise from $65,000 a year to about $500,000 a year, because the program was drawing a 44% share at the time, and other hosts were making that much. Griffin offered Woolery $400,000 a year, and NBC offered to pay the additional $100,000. But after Griffin threatened to move the program to CBS, NBC withdrew the offer. Woolery's contract was not renewed and his final episode aired on December 25, 1981. Pat Sajak replaced him. Woolery hosted Love Connection, 1983–94, The Big Spin, 1985, Scrabble, 1984–90, 1993, The Home and Family Show, 1996–98. Co-host, The Dating Game, 1997–99. Greed, 1999–2000. And Lingo, 2002–07. In addition, he was the subject of a short-lived reality show, Chuck Woolery, Naturally Stoned, originally titled Chuck Woolery. Behind the Lingo. In 2003, he also hosted his own talk show, The Chuck Woolery Show, which lasted for only a few months. In 1991, he hosted The Price is Right live at Harrah's Casinos, and appeared in the live stage show $250,000 game show Spectacular at the Las Vegas Hilton until April 2008. Since 2012, Woolery has hosted a nationally syndicated radio commentary show, Save Us, Chuck Woolery, which grew out of his YouTube videos. After 2 years as host, Woolery began a long-format podcast, Blunt Force Truth, with co-host Mark Young. Woolery expands on his political ideals and current events, often inviting guest experts to join the conversation. Other endeavors. Woolery is politically libertarian conservative, and he has spoken publicly in favor of conservative political positions. He is an active supporter of the Republican Party, and has mainly donated to Republican and conservative causes. He occasionally writes political editorials, which are syndicated and appear in such publications as The Washington Times and Newsmax. Personal life. Woolery is a Christian and volunteers in ministry. He is politically conservative and a gun rights activist. Woolery and his first wife, Margaret Hayes, had 3 children together: Carrie, Catherine and Chad. Chad was killed in a motorcycle accident in January 1986. In 1972, he married actress Joanne Flug, which ended in divorce. They had a daughter together, Melissa, with Terry Nelson, the stepdaughter of actor David Nelson, and granddaughter of Ozzie and Harriet Nelson. He has 2 sons, Michael and Sean. The marriage ended not long after rumors of Nelson's infidelity were made public in 2003. Woolery married Kim Barnes in 2006. Legacy. Woolery is mentioned in the Beastie Boys song, Hey Ladies. Filmography. Acting. Hosting. Discography. Singles. See also. List of game show hosts. Notes. Official website. Chuck Woolery at the Internet Movie Database. Chuck Woolery on Facebook. Game Show Network announces new title for Chuck Woolery reality series, Chuck Woolery. Naturally Stoned. Chuck Woolery sessions and singles at Prague Frank's Country Music Discographies. Political podcast co-hosted by Chuck Woolery.